Okay, so the save functionality and delete, we have just seen that it is working all fine and we are able to read the data from the table as well. Let's move on to the next functionality, that is edit. So we are going to update the data in the table. For that, let's first move on to our .NET code. We'll create another web API. I'll just stop the execution of the solution and take the help of the existing code to write another web API. This is going to be a HTTP put API. And we want to update inventory data over here. We are going to use inventory request DTO. So in this particular web API, we are going to accept the whole inventory request DTO. We just don't want the product ID or the product name. We are going to accept whole of the inventory request DTO and save whatever is coming from the front end to the back end. Now this particular SP we are going to create in database first. Over here we have the table, inventory table, and this is the data in the table, right? So to select which of the particular column we need to use to update the data, we'll follow the same process that we had done in the deletion of the record. We are going to use the product ID column. Over this column only we will be putting the where clause and then update the record in the table. Let's create a new stored procedure. Create procedure. The name is going to be update inventory data. So if this particular table is to be used, just let me select something from this table over here. These are the columns in this table. So what I'll do is give the parameters names as well, because we are accepting a single row only, just like we did in save inventory data. This is going to be integer, product name, it's going to be varchar. According to our table, these are the data types that we are using. Then it's available quantity, integer again, and then we have reorder point, that is another integer column. After this, what we are doing over here is we are not selecting anything in this stored procedure. We are trying to update the table, and in this particular stored procedure we want to set the columns with new values, right, that are coming as input from the .NET code to the stored procedure. We have product name, then we have available quantity, then we have reorder point. These are the three columns that we are updating, and which particular record we want to update, that condition will give through where clause on this particular column. We have already selected this column. We use this column while deleting the record as well, so we are updating the record through this column only in the where condition. Wherever the product ID is matching with the one that is being sent from the .NET code to the stored procedure in DB, we want to update that particular record. So it is possible that one of the column is only changed with the new value. We are trying to update all of the columns in one go, because even if one of the columns is not changing, we are still updating it with the old value only. This is the product ID column that we are using for the where clause. Okay, let me execute. And now over here it says commands completed successfully. That means the stored procedure is successfully created in the database. We could also check from here. So now you are able to see that we have this fourth stored procedure, update inventory data. Let me use the name. I'll just copy and paste it over here. This is the stored procedure that we are trying to call now. And now what parameters do we want to pass to this particular stored procedure? We are passing product ID, but it is not from a single input. We want to use the inventory request, and that product ID we are trying to pass to the stored procedure. Then we have another three columns. The one is product name. We'll use product name over here from the inventory request. Then we have available quantity. The exact name we'll use over here. Then we have reorder point. So these are the four parameters that we are passing to this stored procedure, and we'll keep the command as execute non-query because we are not trying to read any data from the DB. We are only trying to insert the record. Also, you have to make sure that whatever parameter names you are giving over here, these have to exactly match with the ones that are mentioned in the stored procedure, because otherwise it will give you an error while the execution is in progress. So the parameter names should exactly match with the parameters name over here in the stored procedure. Now, after saving, let's execute this solution. Okay. Now you see that we already had three existing web APIs. We have another one that is for put. We have created it to update the record in the table, and we can try it out also from here. Now let me just check. Yeah, this is the current table data. Okay, we already have some record, so I'll take this product ID and update it. And the product name is 3, available quantity is this. So let me just take available quantity and the reorder point also from the table. Now what I want to do is I want to update the product name. It is 3 as we have seen in the table. I want to update it to mobiles. I'll click on execute. And you see we are getting 200 success code. We can also verify from the table now. I'll run this query again. Okay, so I hope that you are able to see that we have successfully updated this particular column, product name. All of the other values we had also given as they were old only, those are coming as such, but the product name is updated with the new value mobiles, which was 3 earlier. So our .NET Core Web API is working absolutely fine. Now we need to concentrate on the front-end Angular part to make the connection and execute the update API.